This illustration deals with panel boards and switchboards. If you should want to read more up on switchboards and switchgear, then look at your figure 7-12 that we will review next. But notice again, we suggest you really read the NEC loop sections recommended. 250.24A5, the informational note, provides a lot of helpful information, tips. 250.142B that deals with the load side, meaning there's a main ahead of those feeders feeding this switchboard or panel board. And then 250.148 and 408.40, which deals with the isolation of the neutral bar and the equipment grounding bar connected to the metal enclosure of the panel board or switchgear. Now notice the feeder coming in is designed and the load calculated in accordance with 215.2A1A, where there's not any kind of a correction factor or adjustment factor involved. Then we would use just our 215.2A1A. Now, notice since there's a main up ahead of this equipment, and this equipment's installed within the same facility, the same building, 408.36 does not require a main or in this panel board at all. We could just have our breakers there. And notice they're all two-pole circuit breakers supplying 240 volt loads, except one of those breakers serves a lighting and appliance type panel board. So that's what we're having, and all the protection is in 408.36 of the code, because we're actually dealing with Article 408 in this particular chapter. Now, the thing that we want to review now and make sure we understand that feeders in a building deal with two articles. If you're inside the building, then you're in Article 215. But if you're outside the building with your conduits and going from one building to another building or structure, whatever, or you're on the outside of the building, you're in Article 225. You must use the right article based upon your feeder conductors being inside the building or outside the building. And once again, I'll say it again, Article 215 only applies when the equipment, wiring methods, the panel boards, or whatever equipment you're supplying is inside the building. Article 225 deals with conduits and wiring methods are routed on the outside of the building, in the ground, overhead, or on the building, or whatever. So our figure 7-11 is dealing with panel boards and switchboards in accordance with Part 2 to Article 408.